Lost in a twisted world of perils devoid of heroism or pancakes, 3 adventurers discover a man who's lost everything, including his memories. Questing together to right wrongs and regain these memories, the party discovers they've secretly been living in a nightmare. Awakened in a world not their own, filled with wonder, beauty, and danger, our heroes try to piece together the truth of their reality and live a new life of pristine dreams. Formerly Hal, a human rogue tricked into a lone confrontation and killed by a knife to the gut, Nyx is the newly reincarnated Genasi with a fear of meeting her former's fate. Raised alongside their cousin Salir by their abusive bandit uncle, Rinverhi escaped to a holy life of worshipping the sun deity Apollo. But are they truly worthy of the light? Orphaned and trained as a monster hunter with only a seemingly sentient cauldron at their side, Bran Gideon wonders if their years alone will see him become what they trained to destroy. A cloak bearing the symbol of a bear claw is the only clue to the forgotten past of the mysterious Kenopsia wormwood. Has their life been a dream all along? Leading our party through the realms of Dread and Beyond is our game master, narrator, and dream master, GM Chavez. Who trapped our heroes in this nightmare land? Why were our heroes really brought here? In the end, is it all just a dream? We'll find out together, right here, on Pristine Dreams. Welcome, everybody, to Pristine Dreams. Woo!
Woo!
Right.
Welcome. I am your host and game master, GM Chavez. With me, as always, is my amazing party here. We have got Cipher playing Nyx. Say hello, Cipher.
Hello, Cipher.
We've got Endo playing Rinverhi.
Hi, Cipher.
We've got Dusk playing Bran.
Hi, Cipher.
And
Hey!
of course, we've got Juno playing Kenopsia.
Hi.
I think that was for you,
Hello. Cipher, it's nice to meet you for the very first time. I'm new around here. My name is Juno. I'm really excited to play this game. Yeah, I'm really excited to meet you guys.
It's good to have you.
Special guest
Who
star.
hit Juno in the head again?
What? What happened?
Now Juno lost their memory just like Kenopsia.
No.
This is called method acting.
Yeah,
Got
guys,
some
give us a fucking picture.
Daniel Day-Lewis level shit right here. That's good shit. All right.
Whatever.
So we are here tonight to kick off session 9, which is our party finally getting to the end and emerging from Kapsia Cave, on the run from King Lycaon and his family in Arcadia. The party has now met up with Arati, Madame Rava's grandma, and in their bid to escape the city, went underground to Kapsia Cave, where they met perils of their own, including the Trepitus, which descended upon Kenopsia, knocking them out for a brief while, and a lasso.
Shoo! Shoo!
Which also nabbed up Kenopsia and gave him a little bit of a chewy chomp for a bit.
Ow.
But
Ow.
luckily,
just that squeaky toy noises, like sound effects in here. Just
Yes.
ow. Ow. Ouch. Ow. No, please. Ow.
but luckily, Rinverhi was able to use their prayers to make a connection to their deity Apollo, granting them a portion of their power, which enabled him to both heal Kenopsia and Arati and bring them back from the brink of death, where the party then, by sacrificing a portion of their own
I was going to say,
life.
at the low cost of my own life essence.
Exactly. So everyone took a little short rest after that to try to recover just slightly before making their way out of the rest of the cave, where last but not least, they ran into the cavern's actual guardian, an ancient cyclops who sits at basically the entrance to the cave, not letting anyone pass who doesn't pay their fee in gold first, and won't let anyone take any crystals out of the cave unless they get their fee. So the party used Carl, the ancient cauldron and tripod, to help translate for the Cyclops and discover what the transaction was all about, and then proceeded to polymorph him, rob him, and escape by the skin of their teeth. Only
We're the good guys.
We're the good guys.
I mean, you didn't murder him. That's a classic
That's true. That's true.
ttrpg, right? So-
Yeah. The bare minimum.
But you guys did make it to the entrance of the cave. The actual exit, / entrance to get yourselves on out of there just in time to find that one of the Arcadian guards was posted up at the very entrance, and hearing you approach, they turned the corner and raised a finger to point out his enemy and the people he had been informed to capture. And as you guys see him, he calls out, "They're here, just like you said, sir. We've got them." And from behind him comes a second Arcadian guard. And behind him is Menelaus.
Bitch.
What do you guys do?
Squinting.
Squint.
I'm squinting angrily. Don't do this to
Three
me, man.
angry men squinting.
Don't do
I look
this
at
to me.
Menelaus. Yeah.
So
What is he looking like?
Why don't you roll an
Bitch.
insight?
Okay.
Fair.
Not on my sheet. In Owlbear. Okay. Inside. So 16.
Nice. All right, so you give a little squinty eye to Menelaus, like, bruh. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, he kind of has this very stern and serious look on his face, like he has found his suspect. Like he is like, "Yes, men, we have got them and we've found them." And then just for a second, he gets this like little glint in his eye, and he draws his sword and bashes the guard over the back of the head with it. Bonk.
Nice.
yeah.
And right as the second one's like, "Huh!" Bang, he bonks that dude straight on the forehead as he looks back at Menelaus,
Woo!
Let's
Clearly.
go, Menelaus.
knocking the two guards out.
Yay! I retract
Yay.
my suspicious squint.
Mhm.
There's just visible like sigh of relief. And Rinverhi smiles at Menelaus.
And he kind of smiles back, and he's just like, I was getting worried. We've been waiting here for a long time. I had to come up with something, so I told them I thought you had escaped through the caverns, and I was going to watch out for you guys.
Well played. I don't know how long we were down there, but certainly long enough.
Yes, it's been the most of the day, but at this point, I think we're still in the clear. No one else seems to suspect that you all went through the cave yet, although by now they've probably ransacked Arati's house and, using some magical determination, have figured that you probably created an entrance to the cave, so they will be heading this way shortly.
Well, if they're...
Curse them.
I was about to say, well, if they're choosing to go through the cave, good luck to them, but I suppose they could go around as well. So we should leave.
How did you all fare? You look worse for wear.
We're alive.
Caves have things in them. Things that bite. we
Well, you're right.
Yes.
We should not dwell on the negative, but on the positive. So you're here, and that's what counts. Now, let us make haste. And he leads
Where
you
to?
he leads you guys kind of out of the cave. And it's
Definitely
just
gonna follow.
short little turn or two before you guys get back outside of the cavern itself. And you can see in the distance that you guys are kind of near that front area of Arcadia. And
Okay.
way kind of a few miles to the side of where this original entrance that you guys came in was, but you're right at the edge of the Black Forest and Arcadia itself. So you can kind of see the forest up ahead a little bit.
Okay. Oh, about what time does it look like?
It looks about dusk again right now. So
Okay.
yeah, just
I know-
like
I know
the
that
picture
guy.
shows. Yeah, you guys have spent the better part of the day in the cave.
Got it.
And it's a fair guess from having spent about 2 days here now that there is that weird thing of like the sun seems to set and rise very, very slowly, but then the day-night part is actually quicker than normal. And it's almost like the dusk is taking up those extra hours of the day.
Interesting.
Yeah, that dusk and dawn is just longer. But overall, you'd still have like a 24-hour period.
Got it.
You guys also notice that just out in front of the cave, there is another friend of yours.
Stavos?
Maybe friend is a
Donkey?
little liberal, but
Oh.
yes, the mule is out front
Yes!
with the wagon.
Yeah!
And
There's a
favorite, the mule.
there's a slight uptick of the corner of Nyx's mat.
Oh,
Aw.
your best friend, Nyx.
Yeah.
She didn't say anything.
No, but out of character. That's your best friend, Nyx. Oh right, Menelaus was riding the carriage. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Or the cart. Got it.
yeah, and you guys had asked him to kind of return it to Stavos, so it's a little weird to see him still with it.
Right.
But he has it, so
Yeah, seeing the mule and the cart, it's kind of like, oh nice. And then you didn't return this. Are we taking it?
I stopped by Stavos again to return it, and I figured if we were going to make our way into the Black Forest once more, now we might as well not do it on foot. So I paid him for the cart and the donkey, and I bought a few extra of those healing salves, knowing what you might run into in those caverns.
Very good. Also, a word of advice from someone who has done professional triage. Do not drink them.
Drink a salve. Yes, I tend not to. But important safety
That's
tip.
useless.
Thank you.
Just
Okay.
just FYI. Safety is my number one concern. And he looks away.
Menelaus is kind of like, okay.
Yeah. And
It's good to see that you
Rinverhi.
fared well as well.
Oh my god! Sorry.
Yes, this is our
That's
mule.
wonderful.
I love him so much.
What a guy.
Oh, baby.
We can't let the mule die.
No, I'm gonna guard that mule with our life.
So he's happy.
Yay! And Rinverhi will head over to the cart and like he'll, if Aditi is ready, he'll help Aditi up and then get into the cart.
All right. So as you start climbing into the back of the cart, let's have everyone go ahead and make a perception check.
Can do. Not on my sheet. I keep clicking back over to my sheet.
My favorite chat. I love seeing things.
Woo!
7.
Or not. I guess they don't like seeing things.
I can see.
Thank God.
20.
All right. Is that our highest there, 20?
Red's too busy looking at
What did
beautiful-
Nyx get?
Menelaus's beautiful eye.
Bran's like, where's my necklace, fool?
I
Good to see your life. Where's my ring? Not in that way.
Sorry, what were you saying, Cipher?
I didn't see the rolls.
Yeah, I don't remember how to pull them back up.
Oh, here we go. I got it. Phoenix got a 14.
Okay. All right. So as you guys kind of make your way towards the wagon there, Bran, you stop to talk to Menelaus for a second. So you don't notice this, but the other three, you guys kind of look into the back of the cart and you realize, yeah, there looks like a crate is in the back of it, but it's also piled high with lots of furs and like blankets and fleeces and things like that. So it looks like Menelaus was doing a little bit of prepping to get you guys going.
Nice.
And Rinverhi,
Oh, yeah.
as you kind of like go towards the back of it, do you kind of inspect those garments at all, those coverings?
Yeah, as he gets into the cart and like he sees all these supplies and everything, especially like the amount of furs and everything Menelaus procured, he will look at them.
All right. So as you kind of check them out, you like run your hands through them like, wow, these are so nice. You realize it is a mix of both like fleeces that are made of wool, so like nice heavy wool blankets, but also fur blankets that are made of what suspiciously smells like dog fur or wolf
Right.
fur. You know?
Oh.
And as you kind of pick through, which one do you want to pick for yourself, a fleece or a fur?
I think he's more inclined to pick the fleece.
Okay. So you pull yourself out a nice little fleece there, and there is kind of a grayish white looking one. That's, you know, mostly the all natural color of the sheep it would have come from. And as you kind of pull it out, you feel a little tickle on your arm, and you happen to glance down, and there seems to be a little spider friend crawling up your arm there.
Rinverhi screams.
Nyx, like, looks like she's gonna draw her dagger, but then she doesn't, and she's just like, what is it?
A spider. He
Where?
drops the fleece. And he's just like shaking his arm, like he's trying to like fling it off.
Yeah, the minute you start shaking, it jumps off and like kind of smacks into the side of the cart and goes like crawling away.
Yeah, Rinverhi's like looking up to where it flew, kind of like withdrawing back a little bit. Sorry, it snuck up on me. And then everybody points and laughs at Rinverhi for being scared of the spider.
No.
You're all good. So, Nyx, do you want to address that at all?
No, I think that she was like done when she found out like it was not a threat.
Right.
So
I just imagine,
like,
yeah, like brandishing her daggers with like death in her eyes, and then immediately just like despondent. It's like a spider.
Bro.
Yeah.
Not a worthy opponent.
All right, so Nyx and Kenopsia, both of you also as well get to choose whether you have a fur or a fleece.
Word. I'll take a fur.
Okay.
When Kay picks it up, he specifically holds it out and looks at it every which angle, and like is gonna like wiggle it a little bit because he's like spider.
Yeah. Rinverhi's about to say something, but he watches Kay like shake it out. Like, okay, good. Yes. We won't get fooled again.
Yeah, yours seems spider free, so it's good. It's a nice brown kind of fur cloak, and it has like a nice bushy white fur collar.
Hmm.
Do you want this instead, Rinverhi? It is not touched by spiders.
And Rinverhi, I think he's sheepishly picked up the fleece and is like looking it over, and he's like, "No, I think it's all right now. Thank you, Kenopsia."
Are you
Unless
sure?
you would. Do you want to trade?
Would it make you more comfortable?
You know what? Yes, let's do it. And then he'll trade with you. He steps forward.
He will take the fleece, no qualms, no questions asked.
All right.
So now Rinverhi has a fur.
Nice. So you've got the brown fur with the white collar, and Kenopsia has the kind of grayish white fleece. Nyx, you still have
cool.
Hell
they
yeah,
high five.
They do.
Nyx, you still have a choice between fur or fleece. So what is left is a fleece that is a very dark gray, like a very charcoal color gray fleece. And then there is a somewhat like almost jet black fur. And this fur has kind of a fleece collar that's the lighter grayish white. So it's this one, instead of having a fur collar on it, has a fleece collar. But it's like jet black.
Not because she's an edgelord or anything. She takes the fur.
Nice.
She was always going to take a fur. And she just puts it on.
All right.
Immediately.
All right. And while you guys are doing that, Bran, you went over to talk specifically to Menelaus, and you said to him, "Oh, I'm glad that you aren't worse for wear as well," right? All right. So yeah, he kind of looks down at you, and he like touches his chest where the iron band that you gave him is lying. And he's like, "It would seem your good luck charm has paid off after all. I had no trouble getting through the city, and my brothers and my father are too injured to speak to anyone at current. At least not about me or my whereabouts."
Good to know. You can hold on to it a little longer.
I appreciate that. Where we're going, I fear I'm going to need it. And
My thoughts exactly.
you notice he kind of looks over at Kenopsia for a minute, and he's watching Kenopsia kind of trade the fur fleece with Rinverhi. And he's kind of touching his chest again, and he's just like, although maybe not as much as others might need it. Grab yourself a garment and let us make haste. I'll drive the wagon. And he kind of
will head over.
Okay, he's kind of climbing into the driver's seat there, and Arati is coming up behind you, Bran. And the two of you sort of make your way over to the wagon, and Arati does have the red cloak that they nabbed from Nyx as Nyx was putting on that fur, so they're pretty okay with that, but it is an old lady, so they might get more cold, but there is only one fleece left.
Arati, if you would prefer having the fleece,
She
I
kind
wouldn't
of
mind.
nods her head at you, and she's like, "You seem like you have enough meat on your bones to keep you warm. I would very much appreciate it, thank you. But don't
Of
feel
course.
too shy to get close, in case you, you know, tend to act, no need to act too tough. If you get cold, come close."
Understood.
All right, and there is kind of one big fleecy blanket that's like a tarp almost that's covering the whole thing, and Menelaus kind of gestures for you guys to go ahead and get underneath the big tarp and kind of hide out. In this point, you don't have to lay down because this tarp is so big, like this is more prepared clearly, and you guys can kind of sit in little bundles if you would like, or you can lay down. The choice is yours.
Okay. Yeah, Rinverhi, if it's comfortable enough to just like sit up, he will be sitting.
Okay.
Do we have any point of peeking out from under the tarp, or we're pretty much in the dark under it?
I wouldn't say you're in the dark because it's kind of like a thin spun wool, you know, or like not thin spun, but it's not like super tightly woven. So again, you can sort of see through it, but if you wanted to just poke your head out, it'd probably be pretty hard to spot you with all the other lumps in the back of the place. So yeah, I don't think it would be a problem. And yeah, you guys don't need to super conceal yourselves all that much at this point. There's like no one around where you're at.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rinverhi, he'll sit somewhere like where he can peek if he needs to.
Okay.
In case there's another horse he needs to slap on the butt.
So you guys all kind of pile into the back. I assume everyone's just kind of sitting then. And as you're kind of getting settled in, Menelaus is like, I know of a place in the Black Forest where we can hunker down for the night. It's a little bit of a ride, but I don't think anyone knows about it but me. So
is it within the Black Forest?
It is, yes.
All right. I feel like we should at least be safe from captors there.
Yes. It should definitely be safe from the General Guard. They won't enter the Black Forest. My brothers may come after us, though. They most certainly will. But I've never heard any of them speak of this place, and I may be the only one that knows it. So it may take them a while to find us.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So let's have everyone roll another perception check as you're bundling up inside the back of the wagon. And it starts taking off, heading towards the Black Forest.
14. Kay is just so tired. He's
we
really
match.
feeling it.
Hey,
oh my god, we match.
14
nice.
Yeah. You got
Oh my
three
God.
3
Because we
12s.
traded first.
Yeah.
Is our highest 18? I can't
think
see.
so.
Who got that 18?
Dusk.
I
That's
think it
Dusk.
was me. Yeah.
Okay. What'd you get next?
She also got a 14.
Oh my god, we're triplets.
Nice. All right. So as everyone kind of hunkers down, everyone notices right away that it is pretty smelly in the back of the wagon, that the blanket you guys are putting on over you guys has a very pungent smell. And it's very, very off-putting. And it kind of takes a second for any of y'all to really realize that, oh, this is probably like if we have werewolves and stuff tracking us.
Right, intentional.
Yeah.
To cover our scent.
Distraction.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you guys are moving along and you start coming up on the edge of the Black Forest and you start feeling that chill in the air around you. And it is cold. And you guys remember that bitter cold from before. Woo! That cold is pretty loud, isn't it?
Woo!
All right, we'll turn that down a
It's
little bit.
stormy.
No, it's up.
Okay, is that a little better there?
Can you make it just a teensy bit quieter?
Sure.
Yeah, just a little more.
That's good. That's good.
That's good there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, crow. The crow is like, yeah, that's good.
So you guys start making your way into the Black Forest and that biting cold starts shooting out. And luckily that kind of dampens the funky smell of the blanket that you guys are all hiding under. At least it does for most of you guys. Kenopsia, you tend to notice that smell being very pungent almost at all times. You're just like,
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, Kay is just like kind of like smushed into the corner, just looking really uncomfortable. He like his face is kind of like in this like very like stiff expression of just like, I don't know, discomfort, pain, I just like exhaustion. Yes, all of it. I don't know. He's just not.
He's very noticeable.
Good over there. Yeah, he's not trying to hide it. He's just like,
okay.
Brad rests a hand on his knee.
Yeah, Rinverhi, he'll sidle up a little bit, and he's like, the stench is pretty bad, isn't it?
Oh, it's you notice it too. That's good. That's good. It's potent. I can't tell if it's because of what happened or if it's just really, really that potent. I can't tell. Oh my god. he's like massaging his head because he's like, it's kind of making him nauseous.
Considering what has happened to you, that may be exacerbating things. Tell me, Kenopsia, do you have a favorite flower?
Oh. No, not really.
How do you feel about jasmine? Maybe
Princess?
I don't think I've ever seen or smelled jasmine.
It's quite lovely. Here, I'll show you. And Rinverhi, he's going to touch like a part of your cloak, and he's going to cast prestidigitation, and then so it's scented with this like light, fragrant jasmine. So you can at least hold it over your face and help, block the nasty smells.
That's so nice. Yeah, Kay just grabs like a corner of his cloak and just kind of like tucks it over his face like a little like cloth mask. And then he just kind of like leans and tips over and like leans on top of Rinverhi, and he's just like, thank you. This is actually quite lovely.
I hope it helped.
Go ahead and roll yourself another perception check, Kenopsia.
Okay.
Oh.
That's one.
Nice. So you get that hint of jasmine, bam, and as soon as it gets going, it's just like way overpowering, like someone spraying perfume at the Revlon counter right in your face.
Oh no! Too much.
Pulls his cloak away, and he's just like,
But
it was nice for 2 seconds.
Oddly enough, Kenopsia, you can absolutely pick out the scent and odor of that blanket in perfect proportion to that jasmine. Like, you can smell both of them supremely distinctly, and it's like someone just spraying cologne near garbage. You don't not smell the garbage anymore. Like, it still smells.
I made it worse. I'm sorry.
You can smell both of them together.
Damn.
That's devastating.
I can't catch a break. I can't catch a break anywhere.
Nyx narrows her eyes.
Yeah, like Kay just ends up putting the cloak, like kind of like folding it into his lap, and again just kind of like leans back into the corner.
Rinverhi's like, I made it worse. I can take it away. Just the smells that prestidigitation.
So
it was nice for 2 seconds, I swear.
We'll try it when we're away from stinky pelts.
As soon as it dispels Kenopsia, you realize that all of these other scents are like filling the gap that's now left behind by that jasmine. And you can smell the fur and the dander of it, almost like the one that Nyx is wearing is completely different than the one that Rinverhi is wearing. And you realize you would be able to tell them apart if they separated or moved away from you. You'd be able to track one or the other. And
smell-o-vision.
You also start getting this like tangy, almost acrid scent, and you're like, what is this? And it takes you a second to kind of sniff it out, and you realize as Rinverhi has gotten closer to you that you can smell the sweat on his skin.
Oh.
Yeah. And you smell that kind of like meaty skin scent of his body.
Kay just like starts fervently like massaging his face and like smacking his cheeks, and he's just like, okay.
As since
So,
hey, you rolled a
this
natural
is
20,
fine.
this is gonna keep going, man.
This is so bad. This is so bad. This is
This
horrible.
could work in our favor.
So
No.
you take that second to kind of like plug up your nose and just be like, dude, stop doing that, stop smelling Rinverhi and like his like meaty like beef jerky-ish type smell now that you're like, I know this dude doesn't normally have that, but he smells like food, you know?
Roast berry.
Oh my god, he's dying. He's dying right now.
So you kind of do that thing where you press your tongue to the roof of your mouth to try to stop yourself from smelling, and you just start to hear this like thudding sound, this like thump 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 thump. And you realize you can hear his heart beating and the blood pumping through his body, and you're just like, oh my god, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, Kay is dying a little bit.
Yeah, Rinverhi is very worried, sitting like right next to him and looking at him.
Yeah, just like, yeah, Kay looks kind of bad.
Bran is on the other side, like, just keeping an eye on the situation.
No.
Kenopsia, are you alright? You look like you're about to be ill.
And so is Nyx clocking this too? Like that's what I think. Like she's watching this and she suspects something, but I feel like it's gonna be a roll.
Yeah, roll yourself. Let's have Bran and Nyx both roll a perception check. Rinverhi, let's say you noticed, because you said you saddled up to Kay and you were part of this whole encounter, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
15.
Guys, I'm sorry if I eat you. I don't want to do
It's
it. I
okay.
really don't. I don't
We'll
want to do
understand.
it.
It's
I
okay. I know
don't.
we be looking like snacks.
Yeah.
You guys are really sexy. It's true.
I know, we understand.
Yeah.
Nyx, you definitely noticed
Ain't
this
taught to
whole
be for nothing.
interaction between Rinverhi and Kay, that you see them talking and them having like a scent problem, but I don't think it's really registering what more that entails. You're just like, wow, they must be like, they didn't like the smell of jasmine. That's crazy. Bran, you have more of that survival monster hunting thing where you're like, dude, I think Kenopsia is like scent tracking Rinverhi right now, and like you're pretty on the nose that you're like, because of what happened to them, I think that's what's going on. And as you kind of think this in watching Kay's reaction, you start to watch as their like Kenopsia's eyes just fucking absolutely dilate, and they're just fixated down Rinverhi, just like staring at his throat. And you notice that well off, and that Kenopsia is kind of like entranced by this.
Help.
Slam a mint leaf in that boy's mouth.
Help.
Just for like the mint has very sharp smell and can like do that like reset along with like the sensation of tasting mint
So
to like really snap you out of
I like it. I like it.
thinking like that.
Where do you have mint from? Where are you getting mint from? Is this something you like normally carry around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Little pouch on
Can
belt.
verify.
Okay. So yeah, you quickly try to snag this little mint. Kenopsia, during this moment, you're like entranced by Rinverhi, and all you can think about is like,
Doing good.
yeah, like, I bet that's tasty, like looking at his neck and being like, I want to bite this dude. And in your head, you're like, what?
Doing good.
And you get a hand over your mouth with kind of like a small fistful of leaves, and your natural reaction is just to kind of bite at it because you were thinking of biting. So you now have this mouthful of mint leaves and are kind of snapped out of it. What do you do?
think Bran also says chew.
Swats his hand away and just, just like chewing and just like, do I smell? I'm sorry.
Kenopsia, are you alright? And like Rinverhi is like looking between Bran and Kenopsia, like after Bran just dove in with the fistful of mint leaves. And like
it is a very like focused and intense look from Bran looking at Kay.
And just like I think Rin remembers like Bran utilizing mint, especially in times of like distraction. So he's like he I don't think Rin has caught on that Kay was looking at him like he wanted to literally devour him. So he was just confused, like what just happened?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I think I just got very overwhelmed by all of the smells. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, as long as you're okay now. Thankful you have that mint, Bran.
Oh yes, very useful. Thank you, Bran, for the mint. Avoiding eye contact, not looking at anyone, just gonna lean back into the corner and not look at anyone.
Now, of course, Nix, you definitely notice all that. Like, so you see that happen and you're kind of not sure why Bran just did that either.
Bran's also going to like take Kay's hand and give it a little squeeze.
Rinverhi's gonna like
to retract his hand. No one touching me. And he's just like, I'm fine. Please, I think I need a few moments. Just thank you. Thank you though, Bran. I'm very grateful.
Rin sidles
not sure
up
what
next
to say.
Nix.
Nods.
Let's give Kenopsia his space, because I think the only thing Rinverhi can get from this is that he was overwhelmed. And at this moment, he just thinks, oh, he's overwhelmed by the scent, so maybe crowding him is not a good idea. So that's why he's backing up.
Okay, so you kind of shuffle over more towards Nix.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, Bran, go ahead and make a Constitution save for me.
Oh.
Constitution?
Oh, because spite. I got my hand nibbled.
Oh, you didn't get too big. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to remember. Okay, there we go. Con save. Saving throw?
Yes.
Can I god that? I have a divine favor. Can I god that?
You can if you want, but do you want to hear what it is first?
Do I still get the choice if I hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah, I kind of want you guys to use divine favor as a way of like redoing something that was bad. So maybe this isn't that bad.
Like a rewind.
You know? Yes,
Got it.
exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because your divine favor is like a premonition, so you end up like kind of taking back your last move.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I'm used to like points like this being like you have to use it now.
Yeah.
Without getting the consequence, but getting the consequence first is nice.
Yes, yeah. This is special. This is the gods. Like they do a little better than average. So
you're so cool, Chavez. Thank you.
Yeah.
But Bran, you just after this whole interaction, you're like, dude, I am freezing. Like I am super cold, and like when Kenopsia kind of wet your hand, you just gotta chill up your whole arm, and you're like, wow, because it got a little wet, you know, and you're just like, dude, yeah, like this is no joke. Whatever part of the forest you guys are heading into is far colder than where you were earlier, and you can see why Menelaus brought all these cloaks and blankets and stuff. Apparently he can't count, but either way, you're unless you can find a way to warm yourself up, you will take disadvantage on any physical activity.
I think Arati I think he's gonna take Oddity's advice and snuggle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say you had the choice to snuggle up with Kenopsia if you wanted, but...
I would love to, but Kay's having a little moment.
He needs to not be observed or looked at or touched by anything or anyone because he has no idea what just happened and he's very scared.
Yes.
It seems wise.
Feels bad.
We'll care about you from a distance.
It's okay. I'll get better one day.
You will. You're gonna get better.
Yeah.
One day.
Exactly.
As you continue to ride through the snow, you guys can tell it's like these are not cart paths, these are walking paths at best. So it is a rough ride. You guys are getting jostled pretty hard back and forth and getting beat up pretty good. But Kenopsia, as you're kind of getting your wits about you more, that mint is also very chilling. It tends to open up all your pores in your mouth. So it's made your face very cold, and that has absolutely subdued all of those very intense smells. But you do notice that you're able to pick out all of these different types of smells from the environment. That crow that's somewhere in the distance, you're pretty sure you could clock them without even looking. The ice around you, you can smell that kind of refreshing wetness to it. You can smell a damp kind of mossy wood somewhere to your left that it's got to be pretty far away, but has some sort of fruit on it that is being destroyed by the cold. And you can smell that like overly sweet decay from that in the distance. So it's
tasty rot.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
So it's
good.
Yeah, it's no longer a burden, but definitely something that you can pick up on and take a moment to kind of get your wits around it and like maybe track it a little better if you're so interested in doing.
Yeah, sure. I'm into that. Let's do it.
Okay. Go ahead and make yourself another wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It could be good.
Yeah.
It could be good. See, 16.
Very good.
16's good.
Yeah.
It's about to shit my pants because I thought it was going to roll onto another 6.
No.
That would have been really sad.
So with a 16, you definitely are like able to pick out all these different things and bounce between them and kind of track where each one of these things are. And you can do this with a relative amount of ease that you feel like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this. Do you want to try to clock some of the people in the wagon or Menelaus or?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right. So with your 16, you do kind of, run the risk of catching the scent of the others around you. And again, going back to those cloaks right away, both the fleeces and the furs have those very strong animal scents that you're like, okay, bang, 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 right? And then it's like, go one layer deeper. Can I smell the person? Yes, yes, yes. And they all have this kind of distinct like beef jerky taste. Like one is pepperier and the other is, a little more oilier, but as you're going through, you're just like, oof, like the thought occurs to you that everyone smells tasty in their own way, but it's something you have a mental cognition of, not an instinct or urge over.
Yeah, no, we're good. No,
Yeah.
we're good. It's just like, oh yeah, that's cool. They smell good. Hey, okay, I'm not gonna think about that anymore. Just put it away. Put it away. Don't need it anymore.
And of course,
I think it's a compliment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. As you're
I
kind
think
of
I'm a whole snack.
the beef boy, as you're kind of bouncing around everyone, when you kind of try to get a scent for Oddity, you get that like scent memory of like Madame Rava like right away, that you can tell two of them have a connection. And it brings her up in your mind. So that kind of lends your curiosity to, can I smell where Menelaus is at, and would he have a connection to, say, Linus or King Lycaon? And when you happen to kind of pick up that scent from Menelaus, you realize like, okay, he has an extremely distinct, like, canine smell that at first kind of sets you off again, where you're like, oh, like makes your heart skip a beat real quick, that you're just like, friend, oh, friend, oh,
Friend,
you know,
friend,
like
friend.
me, like me,
Friend.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you suddenly become aware of the fact that you may be able to clock someone as a fellow lycanthrope.
I'm a man on the inside. I'm a man on the inside.
See, it's not all bad.
Yeah, seems like
Very
this should be
useful.
useful. Yeah.
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 Lycanthropy has its perks.
Okay.
All right.
That's
So
cool.
while that's going on, Rinverhi has saddled up next to Nyx after, you know, all of the strange going-ons there. So Nyx, what is your read on the situation?
Which situation?
This situation, the whole like thing that went down with Kenopsia and them getting the mint stuffed in their mouth, and now Rinverhi has scooched over to sit with you instead.
She thinks it's weird, but I mean, she got an 8, so she's just gonna chill.
Yeah,
I
that was
think
that was your perception check for noticing whether or not Kenopsia was scenting people, but you did see them get like mint slammed in their mouth by Bran, seemingly out of nowhere. So like that's kind of a different thing that happened after the check. So you can react to that however you would feel Nyx would.
I don't know. I think that she would just be watching and thinking to herself like something's wrong with Kay, but she doesn't know what.
Yeah, I mean, if it helps, immediately Rinverhi, like, he sits next to Nyx and he's like, I'm so very worried about Kenopsia. I don't know what that was, but I do know Bran, he uses that mint as a distraction or to calm himself. So, whatever was happening to Kenopsia, he needed to be snapped out of it.
I mean, he was bitten by a werewolf.
That is true. But now I'm worried if it's progressing faster than anticipated.
Couldn't say. Maybe. We need to get him help.
We need to light that hearth.
Yeah.
And Rinverhi just kind of sighs. I think he's been like looking over in Kenopsia's direction and then like kind of looks over at Nyx as he sighs and just kind of leans back against the side of the wagon. And I think that's it for that interaction.
Doing good.
Everybody's having fun.
Yay!
Yay.
So after a minute or two, Nyx, you find on your other side there, you know, because you guys are kind of in a somewhat of a circle, a square configuration in the back of this wagon. So, you know, in front of you to your left, however you want to imagine it, is Arati and Bran kind of cuddled up together now. And they're kind of half sharing this one great big cloak, which seems like it would be easy for any of the two of you other than the tiniest person and the biggest person together.
Yeah.
But they're making it work, and it's slightly adorable. So
No.
Aw.
you guys can tell Arati is again just kind of taking a little power nap here, that they seem spent. You know, this is a lot for them in the past 24 hours or so. And for you guys as well, having been up completely the whole night, most of the day now, and now it's this kind of dusk evening, late afternoon time, you guys are all starting to feel that kind of like that tug of like, man, I've been up way too long.
Yeah.
So
I think Bran himself starting to like nod off a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the same for Rinverhi, and I think like as he's sitting next to Nyx, he's like starting to like lean a little bit, not realizing.
Well, let's have everyone roll a Constitution save.
Okay.
Beautiful women named Constitution save in my area.
I'm Eepy. I got an 8.
I got a 17.
No.
This man is still on
I got
edge.
possessed by a god. I'm super tired.
True.
Dirty 20.
I got a 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20,
Hey!
Nice. All right, so Bran and Kenopsia, you guys are fine. You're not going to let this staying up for too long, fighting, getting chomped left and right. No big whoop. I'm very alert. Kenopsia, very focused on your kind of scent training. And Bran, you seem more consumed with making sure that Arati is like comfy and able to nap, and that you're trying to warm up. Meanwhile, Nyx, you're drowsy, but I kind of get the sense that you are like, I'm not closing my eyes with all this going on and being in the back of a wagon where anything could happen. So you're not going to quite let yourself rest just yet. But you do find Rinverhi is doing that like thing no one wants to happen on the subway, where they're just like,
Yes. Yeah, with an
keep,
8.
like, leaning on you like they're gonna sleep. So,
The dice knows.
Yeah.
We were in agreement.
What do you do, Nyx? Do you let Rinverhi sleep on you, or you're like, get up, dude?
Throw his ass off the cart.
Oh. No, she just lets him do his thing. She's chill.
Oh, that's nice.
But like she's watching Kenopsia like a hawk.
All right, so you're watching Kenopsia, and yeah, you get this idea that they're kind of just like pacing through people, like looking at you guys, kind of like eyeballing you in a weird way, like not like a but in almost like
Yeah, he's not having a good. He's not having a good. Like, he's just like
You cool, bro?
really.
You cool?
yeah.
Yeah, he's just getting used to just all of it. It's fine.
But they do seem shifty as hell.
It's all good out here. Nothing to be worried about. It's fine. Everything's good.
I trust
We're
that man with my
good.
life.
Everything's good. Copacetic.
I was gonna say
Amazing.
copacetic.
Super. Yes.
Right. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
So it takes a bit of riding, few hours, where Rinverhi's kind of napped out there, and the rest of you guys are just kind of going through the motions and, doing what you need to do to upkeep your gear and make sure that you're ready to go if something happens. And after a short bit, you can hear Menelaus kind of making sounds at the mule, they're kind of like, hey, shh. And the wagon starts to come to a stop. The adventure continues in the next exciting episode of Pristine Dreams. Thank you for listening. Visit us on our YouTube channel at D20 Dreamland. Leave us a review, like, share, and subscribe to catch the rest of the adventure. Until next time, sweet dreams.